Embiid spoke on the loss and the future of Philly. Take a listen.
It sucks to lose. The goal is to win a championship. Anytime that don't happen, that's all I care about. I don't care, if I got to the second round. That does not mean anything to me. I gotta be better, starting with myself. The whole series, I could have played better. I mean, maybe if I was, better, we would have won. We would have won it. So that's on me. I like our guys. Obviously, they got a lot of decisions to be made. But I think the group of guys that we had this year, that were amazing. And I still believe that, if everything went right, we had a chance. So, but everything didn't go right.
All right, S.A., we've seen them in this situation before. Do you think it's time for the Sixers to move on from Embiid?
No, I do not. I just think that he's a generational talent. You hold on to him. You don't let somebody that gifted, that talented go. The brother averaged over 30 on one leg. And I remember I said to Kendrick Perkins earlier this year, and Kendrick wasn't wrong when he was expressing concerns and talking about not playing him. I said, this brother at 50% is better than 95% of the league. I'll take it. I'll take it. And that's how I feel about it. When you look at Joel Embiid, here's what I would say to y'all. You keep him. The franchise just can't evolve around him anymore. It has to evolve around Maxey. Maxey is the face of this franchise. Maxey deserves max dollars. Maxey has to be treated like that star to make sure that the components that are put around the team evolve around him. And Embiid has to adjust to that because of his absence of availability due to durability issues from time to time. He has the kind of skills that can adjust to whatever you put around him if he's healthy. But if he's not healthy, you can't be lost as a franchise because so much evolved around him that the necessary pieces aren't in place around Maxey in order for you to prosper. You have to prioritize Maxey as the culture changer, as the face. Put the pieces around him, but keep Embiid and allow him to adjust, if at all possible. Obviously, with his money and Maxey's money that's forthcoming, we get that that's going to be difficult. But I'm just speaking from a visionary perspective, Shanae, Big Perk. You have to make Maxey the face of the franchise because of his youth and his durability, and obviously his greatness as a player. He has to be the guy things evolve around.
I'm going to put a small tweak on that thought. Stephen A., you're right, but to some degree, the idea is you build around Maxey for the course of longevity, for the sake of Embiid's health, for the course of an 82-game season in which we have yet to see Joel Embiid complete. But when it comes to winning time, it's Joel Embiid's squad, in my opinion. You just listed it. He did all of this, 33-11 on one leg, and also dealing with significant, Bell's palsy over the course of the postseason. I have never seen a player soldier through something like that, and the reason why he did is because people expect him to be on the floor when it matters most. So kudos to him. I like the idea of building around Maxey, but I'll ask you this, and first I'll say this. There is no one in the Eastern Conference with a bigger gravitational pull, particularly as a post or a center, than Joel Embiid. When Joel Embiid is healthy, he's unguardable. He has found his spot on the floor, which is the top of the key, right in between the three-point line and the free throw line, where he cannot be doubled. He'll either drive through you, or he'll shoot over you, or he'll go back to three. So that's unguardable. And then on top of it, we even saw in this series, as Maxey occasionally struggled, they just moved him to the low post, where his gravitational pull made opportunities better for his teammates. The reason why we're seeing Buddy Hield finally shoot the ball a little bit better, Maxey able to explode at some course in this series. I agree that for the longevity and even for the face of the franchise, because if you go into that locker room, which is what I've heard, he's the guy that everyone talks about as providing the energy and stuff like that, because Joel Embiid is dealing with so much. I don't think you deviate from this idea that Joel Embiid, he's going to be the one that brings you home. He is going to be the hardest player to defend and strategize and game plan around when it comes to Eastern Conference teams to make it to the NBA Finals. So I like your idea, but at the end of the day, Joel Embiid, this team will go as far as he is healthy. And if he's healthy in the postseason, he is the main player
Get
here.
up here and applaud, like you said, Stephen A. Tyrese Maxey, because he has made it attractive and done his job to make sure that Joel Embiid wants to stay in Philly and wants to play with Tyrese Maxey. Damn it, you build around the both of them. And when I think about the Philadelphia 76ers, I'm looking at Kelly Oubre and what he did in this series. They should do everything in their power to bring him back. I'm not saying max him out. Tobias Harris, let him walk. I mean, damn. He asked them if they wanted something from Chick-fil-A before the game. The team told him yes, and he came back with a bag full of napkins and straws. I mean, he was just a no-show out there. And now all of a sudden, I've been hearing all morning long about adding a third star. Oh, you can go get Paul George, or maybe you can go get Jimmy Butler. You don't need all that. You don't need all that because those guys are going to take away from the growth of Tyrese Maxey. When you're trying to build the team, I think we look at the Denver Nuggets. You have Jamal Murray and you have Jokic. What did they do? They put the necessary pieces around them to make it fit. Okay, when you look at what the Minnesota Timberwolves are doing, they have Anthony Edwards and they have Karl Anthony Towns and the necessary pieces around them to make it fit. When you look at the Dallas Mavericks, look at what they're doing. Luka and Kyrie, the necessary pieces to make it fit. You want to build a team, guys that are going to come in and complement your stars. So when I'm thinking about the Philadelphia 76ers and what they may need to do in the offseason, they don't need to go out there and get one other star to have a big three. Why? When you could go get two other players. Caldwell Pope, KCP, he's going to be up in Denver. I don't know if Denver is going to have the money that he's going to require. You could bring him in. He will be a great fit along Tyrese Maxey and Joel Embiid. You could also pair him up with the kid Miles Bridges from the Hornets. He's going to be up. You need to add the pieces around them so they continue to grow, especially Tyrese Maxey. You do not have to go big fish hunting. And I believe the team that just eliminated them showed them that you don't have to have a big fish. You could build from the ground up.
Well, actually, Kendrick Perkins, one could argue, even though you're not wrong, I got an even better example of you, of what you're saying. After Tyrese Maxey went out at the Garden and dropped like 46 or whatever it was the other night and pushed this series to Game 6, James Harden went out the very, very next night and dropped 7 points in a pivotal Game 5 at the Crypto.com arena. The James Harden, who was supposed to be there with Maxey and Embiid, but ended up departing and Maxey ended up excelling in his absence. So we got to pay attention to that too. We can't ignore that reality. The other thing that I got to mention is this, because I'm so fond of this brother. I think he's such a good brother in the whole bit. Tobias Harris, $39 million. You approach your free agency, 0 points, bro. This brother's 6'8", 6'9", got a handle, can shoot, can give you 17 to 20 a night for any team in the league. 0. That's very, very bad. That cannot happen. That cannot happen. I can't recall a time I've said a critical word about Tobias Harris in his career in the NBA. Well, damn it, I had to say something today because this brother is so much better than what he showed in this series, and especially what he showed last night. And that's a brother whose bank account is going to be hurt because of this performance in this postseason. Make no mistake about it.